Greetings fellow painters, today we have an unboxing of Cthulhu Death May Die Season 4 and the Ithaqua Expansion. This is going to be a quick, down and dirty unboxing with a heavy focus on the miniatures. I need to get these painted up as soon as possible and get the videos out for you guys. Welcome to Trehane Miniatures. Instead of a fancy, overdone knife, I'm going to try to use my guitar pick and nails to open up this box here. And again, this is going to be a quick unboxing. I'm not going to spend too much time on every little detail inside the box. And first of all, I'd like to point out this box is approximately the same size as the base game box. Quite a bit larger than Season 2, and it is impressive looking. First component is not a miniature. Get rid of that. Alright, next we have what appears to be a stack of not miniatures. And some other paper odds and ends. I think I'm going to set these aside so that we can look at the character art as we go over the character miniatures. So that's going to be cool. Something that doesn't matter to me. Not miniatures, more not miniatures, and a little bit more character art. I'll get a better look at these guys here. When I get to the appropriate miniature, I'll pull out the art form and we'll take a look at those. Alright, next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of not miniatures. And then it looks like the rest of this stuff here are miniatures. So I'm going to move this box out of the way so that we can get a better look at these guys. Alright, so it looks like this guy here might be this guy here. Which is going to be, looks like earth tones, pretty much standard human flesh. Which is good. Will be interesting to use some purple and purple gray tones for this. Looks pretty cool. Next up we have Slimer, white polypus thing. Now this is going to be fun to paint. He's got some really cool glowing green eyes in the artwork. So that's going to be fun. Then we have a monstrous frog. This might be my favorite so far. Look at that face. Tons of saliva dripping from the tongue there. This is going to be fun to use some Uhu glue or something to create a saliva effect when it's all done painting. That's going to be fun. And there's the character art for that guy. Okay. Next we have an albino penguin. So basically this guy's already painted. Look at that. He already looks like an albino penguin. And in the character art here, it looks like this is mostly going to be flesh tones and pinks. Some reds, but we'll probably do something to change that up a little bit. Then we have the simply titled Ancient One. I have never been a big fan of the color choice and the artwork for Cthulhu Death May Die. Just from a painting standpoint, it seems not very interesting. So that's why I've started, or why I got my start, adding OSL to almost every miniature that I paint, because that adds some sort of contrast to the existing color palette. Last up, we have the Sand Dweller. It's like a kangaroo rat face. A little bit on the boring side, though adding that red around the mouth and eyes there makes it look a lot more interesting. Kind of like that. Alright, for the last bit of evil in this box, we have Nyarlathotep, I guess is how you pronounce it. Love the choice of sculpt on this one. That flaming head is going to be so much fun to paint. Here, I'll show you the artwork real quick for this guy. So that's his flaming head. It's going to be awesome to do some OSL with this. And I have not done a video on dry brush OSL, so I may do that this time. Instead of using either hand-placed OSL or a spray can or an airbrush, might do some dry brush work. And what's cool is that's a very interesting choice of sculpt, because this guy's described as being more of a humanoid, though he does have 1,000 different forms, but they have included the classic description of him, which is a tall, dark, slender humanoid creature that is often mistaken as a human. So rather than being unfathomable like many other great old ones and great old beings or outer beings, he is actually sometimes mistaken as a human. And there's his sculpt. Really glad that this included both sculpts instead of just one version of them. And then his particular minions are called moon beasts. That's these guys here. Pretty heavy seams on these that are gonna have to be cleaned up before it's painted, and around the head also. Not a big deal. And, you know, the typical monochromatic artwork color palette. All right, and this game comes with 6 heroes. Here's Gary holding a stick of dynamite, and Gary's artwork. And next up we have Ithaqua, holding a book. This is the John hero character. And here is his artwork. What I do like about the hero characters in this game is they are not out of this world. They're very relatable characters. Somewhat mundane possibly, but I think that's also what makes them very relatable. We have Sylvia, and I'm not getting into their abilities. I'm mostly looking at how I want to paint these. There are so many unboxings on the internet that are an hour long, and you wait until the last 10 minutes to finally get a look at the miniatures. They're all very well done, and I'm not trying to compete with that. I don't think I can. So I'm doing one where we just show the miniatures and hopefully wrap this up in under 10 minutes. The original goal was 6 minutes, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. All right, we have Rosario. That one's gonna be fun. Love the weapon. I like the farmer look of that, and then this must be either her brother or her husband coming up here. First I thought this was a farmer. This is not a farmer. This is Bruno. Alright, so that wraps up all the content for the Season 4 box. Now let's take a look at Ithaqua, the Windwalker. Alright, let's get this guy opened up. Got a little, not miniature. Cards. And our artwork. Alright, let's get these minis opened up. I'm going to pull this aside so that I can get some good focus on the miniatures. Alright, we have Ithaqua, the Windwalker miniature. Ithaqua the Windwalker. Now, one thing I'm going to take advantage of that is not in the game art here is that he is described as having glowing red eyes. So we are going to take advantage of that and make some glowing red eyes when we paint this guy up. He's said to possibly be the offspring of Hastur, and his followers are granted immunity from the cold. Probably going to have some neat episodes related around cold, I bet, with this guy. Or since he doesn't come with episodes, probably some neat little abilities for his creatures and effects created by the great old one here. And then his minions are the Shantak, dragon-like creatures. And those are going to be pretty fun to paint. Seems to be a lot of browns and yellows in the skin tone for this one. Here, I'll show you the artwork on that guy. Looks pretty darn cool. Alright, and that wraps up our unboxing for Cthulhu Death May Die Season 4 and the Ithaqua Expansion. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to join our growing community of painters. Ciao.